iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Dr. Roto, get out the insurance cards, get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. We're going to continue today with the ADP high-low. I'm going to look at first base. I've got three guys I want to talk about, and I think they're all very interesting in that two of them are very similar. One is quite different. In terms of two of them are power hitters, and one of them is not. But I think they all have very respectable ADPs, and I want you to think about them very carefully this year. The first guy is Rhys Hoskins. He's the first base outfielder for the Philadelphia Phillies. And right now his ADP is hovering at about 51. So we're looking about the fourth round for this guy. I'm in on Hoskins. I am in on Hoskins. And I want to talk about a few things with fantasy baseball owners and maybe fantasy owners in general here. Most fantasy owners, especially baseball owners, get very nervous when a guy has a good first season. It's almost like they're waiting for the bottom to drop. Oh, he was good. Oh, I don't know if he's going to do it again. I don't trust him. I get it. I get that. But at the same time, I don't think if you do that, you're going to win your fantasy league. You have to be aggressive when the time calls for you to be aggressive. With Rhys Hoskins, the guy comes up and he literally is murdering the ball. In 170 at-bats, the guy has 18 home runs. In 50 games, 18 home runs. I mean, that is a huge, huge number. Now, I know in September he slacked off a little bit. But let's understand something. He's 24. He had 400 bats in Lehigh. Came up to Philadelphia for another 170. The guy's at 570 by that point in the season. Don't you think he'd be getting tired? Doesn't that make sense to you? I know it makes sense to me. So, of course, he's going to lose a little bit in September. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Is he the most patient hitter? Been good in the minors. Guys hit very well in the minors. So does that make him a 250 hitter in the majors? So I think a lot of people are saying, wait a second, I need to see this kid another year. I don't know about it. I don't need to see that. I need to trust my instincts. And my instincts tell me that this kid can rake. Right? So his ADP is high of 31, low of 79. 79 is an outright steal. That's larceny. Some dude should go to jail in a league for that. 31, look, I don't hate it as a third round pick if you want to be aggressive. I like it more in the fourth, but I don't hate it in the third. I would, 31 is perilously close to the second. Don't think I'd do that. But interestingly enough, if you're picking first, think of it this way, you're picking first in your draft. If you don't take Hoskins in the third round, he's not getting back to you in the fourth. So I understand why ADPs vary. I'm just saying this. Could this guy hit 40 home runs and knock in 100 RBIs? Would you be shocked if that happened? I wouldn't be. And anybody who could do that is on my radar. So I am in on Rhys Hoskins. And I think you should be too. Now, if your question is, well, what about the position change? I don't love the pick getting Carlos Santana. But they must have done it for a reason. They must have thought Hoskins could play the outfield. Put him in left field. Santana could also play left field. So he's done it before. But I think Santana gives him another good bat in that lineup, which they really need. So I have no problem getting Santana. I guess they didn't want to disrupt Hoskins, but I let him play in the outfield every day. I'm good with that. I think this kid's a player. I'm in. I recommend you being in. That's Rhys Hoskins. My second guy. Now this guy, his ADP right now is 120. His high is 71 and as low as 164. Now 71 is pretty close. So let's see, 71 divided by 15 puts him as a 4th round pick. That's a little aggressive for me. But if I'm getting this guy in like the 8th or 9th round, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm talking about Matt Olson. So I'm just going to throw these numbers by you. In 189 at-bats, Matt Olson had 24 home runs. If I project that by 3, Matt Olson could be hitting 70 home runs this year. Now, I know we should never do that, but I don't know if it's that far off, guys. Matt Olson has prodigious power. Prodigious. And I don't think it's outrageous to think this dude could hit 50 home runs this year. I don't think it's outrageous. You know what? I'm willing to say it's possible. How many guys can you say that about? I know a lot of people have power, but how many people have that kind of power? Now, here's the problem with Matt Olson. He plays on a crappy team, right? The A's suck. Agreed. He plays in a bad ballpark. Agreed. It's a bad ballpark. But hitters hit. Do you see where Giancarlo Stanton played last year? Played for the Marlins. Hello? Think the Marlins Park is a good place to hit? There's no worse place in the world to hit than Marlins Park. No worse. Balls die out there. So Giancarlo Stanton can hit him in Marlins Park. Matty Olson can hit him in Oakland. So let's not over-exaggerate that. Matt Olson is going to play virtually every day. He's going to get, 450 to 550 at-bats in the middle of that order, and he can hit home runs. 24 home runs in 59 games. Hello, count me in. Count me in. And I say he gets you 50 home runs this year. How about that? I took Hoskins and Olson in the FSTA draft. I could be very wrong this year. I might come in last place in that league. But you know what? I'm trying to get some upside guys there too. At the end of the day, I look at Olson and Hoskins and ask myself, what if? What if Hoskins gets 40 home runs and 100 RBIs? What if Olson gets 45 home runs and 100 RBIs? I just have 85 home runs and 200 RBIs from 2 dudes. Seriously. And those guys are legit. They're not, well, he could hit 20. No, Matt Olson can hit 40. So, 8th round, I'm just fine with that. Give me Matt Olson in the 8th round. Let me take a shot that he gets 40 home runs. I'll be good with that. I feel very strongly about Matt Olson this year. I do. I think people tend to overlook guys like Matt Olson because, once again, he's on a bad team and he's a dangerous pick. Ooh, he can hit 230. Well, he's not Ted Williams, but he's not Adam Dunn. All right, let's not make this guy out to be Adam Dunn. Dude hit 259 last year in the majors, so what if he hits 240 this year? I'll live with it. Batting average isn't the way it used to be years ago. I like this kid. I do. And I hope you do too. Because at the end of the day, this is sheer brute power. Not everybody has that. Right? Some guys get lucky with power. Matt Olson, on a check swing, the ball goes out. On a check swing, the ball goes out. All right, I'm going to give you the last guy here for my ADP high-low. And I think this guy is super interesting. Yuli, I call him Yuli Gurriel. Now, why is Gurriel going at 207? 207. And I'm going to tell you why. It's an easy one. It's a no-brainer. It's a layup. We love, chicks dig the long ball. People love home runs. People love strikeouts. It's the sex appeal. Why do you think soccer? Ask yourself this question. Why do you think soccer hasn't gone over so well in America? Because there's no goals scored. 0-0. A good game on the pitch. Oh, wonderful job on the pitch. 0-0, a good chance there. Americans don't like that. Americans like scoring. Now, if soccer was 10-9, people would watch it. People don't want to watch 90 minutes for one goal. Oh, he missed. Oh, game over, 0-0. People want home runs. Yuli Gurriel, not a prolific home run hitter. But let's not focus on what he can't do. Let's focus on what he can do. He can hit in the middle of the best lineup in the American League. He can hit 300, no problem. He can hit 20 home runs and 80 RBIs and 70 runs scored. He is as consistent as they come. We are in 5x5 leagues, most of us, right? 5 categories. So, okay, maybe he's not going to win you the power category, but he's going to keep you competitive and average. He'll hit enough home runs to help you as a corner infielder. He'll hit enough RBIs to keep you competitive. He'll score some runs. What do you want? When you want power, go get Paul Goldschmidt. You want power, go get Matt Olson. You want a really good player, get Yuli Gurriel. And how do I know I'm right? I know I'm right when other smart people around me are taking him. Vlad Sedler, very smart dude. One of the smartest fantasy baseball players out there. At the FSTA, let's see where he took Gurriel. He took Gurriel in round 10. His current ADP is 13. Vlad took him in 10. What does that tell me? Vlad knows something. Vlad is very smart. So watch where experts, here's what I'll say about that. Watch where experts are taking players like that. When a Vlad Sedler takes Gurriel in round 10, that should tell you I should be doing that around round 10 or 11. See, that's the beauty of those expert drafts. It gives you an idea where fellow experts, and some of us are better than others, value players. So when I look at it and I say Jim Bowden likes Ohtani in 4, makes me wonder, is Ohtani a good player? Maybe so. You know, Vlad takes Gurriel in 10. Interesting. Maybe he's seeing something I'm not. You know, Derek Van Riper takes Ronald Acuna in round 8. Is that a good pick? DVR must like him. He won the FSTA League last year. Maybe he's onto something. Right? So when you see expert drafts, look at players in certain rounds and ask yourself, do you agree? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. At the end of the day, you have to come up with your own decision. This is your own decision. We can guide you, but at the end of the day, it's your decision. Do I like Yuli Gurriel? Yeah, I think he's supremely underrated. Supremely underrated. Hits for average, hits for enough power, won't kill me, plays in a great lineup. Look, is he a great DFS play? Maybe some days. Problem is he doesn't hit home runs, but the guy goes 2 for 4 every night. 2 for 4 every night with a couple of doubles will help me win money. He may not make me my rich friend, but I should cash a little bit with him. Okay? And speaking of cash, you know where you need to go? ScoutDFS.com. If you want to be my rich friend in cash, you go to ScoutDFS.com. Get the 7-day trial. Be part of the Scout Army. Use our optimizer. Use our picks. Be smart. Be rich. Is it that hard? Seriously, is it that hard? I'm hooking you up. I'm your doctor, Dr. Roto. I'm hooking you up. ScoutDFS.com. All right, I'm excited about tomorrow's podcast and article. Tomorrow, it's my Super Bowl preview and prediction. As of this very second, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to have to think about this long and hard. I know why I like the Patriots. I know why I can see an Eagle victory. I can see it happening both ways. So I got to come up with something for tomorrow. It'll be very intriguing. I think it's going to be a good game this year. But I promise you we will discuss that on Friday. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. I'll be back tomorrow. This is Dr. Roto saying be well. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!